Right, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to the Datsun Fairlady Roadster build. So I've sanded back one of the rear quarter panels and here's the end result. Alright, so got a bit carried away, decided to sand all of this down just to see what the quarter panel looked like. And because it's in bare metal, we're now going to do our rust converter. It's good. It's good overall. I mean, you know, there's no damage. There's some sort of deeper scratches here, but that's okay, because what we can do when we put this on it, the coat that goes after that can be a filler primer, to be honest. So, you know, I don't mind. Yeah, pretty happy overall. I mean, it's nice. The metalwork is nice. This was a real pain in the ass to get to. I got as much of it off as I could, and so now we're going to shake this up and do some rust converter primer. Yeah. So as you can see, I just got a bit carried away one day whilst I moved the car. I just got sanding, so I've rust converted it. It's an epoxy rust converter, so that's nice and solid now. But what we're going to be doing today, or at least in this video, which may be stretched across several days, is getting started on some of the welding. It is very cold here in the UK. It's got to -degrees levels lately. So I don't want to be doing too much stuff here and there on this car, but we do have it on ramps, and I do want to just get started on some of the welding because it needs to be done before I seam seal it and coat it in Raptor liner. So first things first, just obviously getting this off, and then I'll show you what we need to work on if you don't remember from the previous video. I think we'll start with one of the easiest parts to weld today, which is just literally up here. I'll show you that in a minute. So first things first, we're going to weld this up, which has split. The metal has split there, and I know that that's a welded piece because thankfully on the other side this rail is solid. So we need to grind that back and just weld it in, and then we'll paint over it and get that nice and solid. The other part, which I think we will try and do today, will be this. We'll see how we get on. Got some metal that I should be able to shape roughly into that position there anyway. And then maybe in another day, in another part of the video, we'll be doing these bits in here, but we'll see how we go. The main piece, which is going to take a little bit more time, is this one, because I need to shape some metal and just cut out a lot more of this rot, because there's obviously more here than well, there's just you chase rust. So, but this I'm going to do another day, probably not in this video, but we'll see how we go. So let's grind this back and get welding. So we've cleaned up the metal now. Some nice clean metal. I started obviously with this. Just wanted to see what we could get clean with this first, see if this would be enough, but it's just not. It's yeah, it needed the grinder with the flappy disc on it. So not a big deal. Get the welder out and weld her up now, I think. Okay, so I've had to swap to, well, from camera to phone camera. This was not great to weld. Very, 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 very much a pain in the ass to weld. But this is good that we're doing it up here and learning that this metal is not great to weld before we go down there. So I'm okay with that. This can be cleaned up, so we're going to basically try and clean that up now, grind it nice and flat, and then that will be connected and it'll be strong and blah 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 blah. You can see how hot it got, but very, very difficult to dial in this one. Very, very difficult. So we'll just grind this down, clean it up. Again, these look crap, I appreciate that, but it is what it is. I couldn't do too much about that really. That was very difficult to weld. Okay, some grinding later. This is what we're working with. Is it brilliant? No, not really. You can see how much I had trouble welding it with all these little holes coming through the weld. I had to jump some gap, build up a pool of weld, push it over, so it filled the gap. The hole that I made, it's a bit of a nightmare really, but it's done. This is good. I mean, it's not good, but it's not really a big deal because this will all get covered by Raptor liner anyway, so I'm not too dismayed by that. Yeah, I'm going to grind back some of this paint. I'm just going to give it a quick coat of the rust converter before we shuffle on to probably there. I've got to shape some metal for that, but that should be okay. So let's grind some of this back, rust convert it, seal it because it's an epoxy primer basically, and then stone guard paint over the top. Okay, things have escalated quite a lot, and I just decided to take the whole thing off rather than trying to shape a little bit here, because as I worked my way lower I could see just how badly damaged this material was. So as you can see, like, it's pretty rotten. I think it's better just to cut out a large chunk, clean all of this up, and then try and weld something into much cleaner, better metal. It won't look the same. Like, this is not going to look like it does on the other side. That's not the point of what I'm trying to do here. This really only serves as an area to bolt the wing to. So that's all we're trying to do here, really, is bolt the wing to it. It's quite thick metal, actually. It's got to be, I don't know, thicker than the metal I thought would work for it. But it does mean it's going to be better to weld, actually. It's got to be, what, 2-3 mil thick? So I'm going to get to work cleaning this up now. And then we'll go from there, really. But I'm just going to box it in. I'm going to clean this line up, tack weld a sheet of metal along it, box it in, and then do something similar on this end as well. So let's get to cleaning it up. So just done a whole bunch of welding. It is not good, and it's very hard to do welding on this car. Yeah, I will have a look to see whether I can buy the whole cap, the end cap. If I can make this work, I'll make this work. I don't really care too much because it is going to be covered by the wing anyway. But let me show you. So, I mean, it is really, really difficult to weld this material. Very, very difficult. Ugh. So yes, it looks like poo. It looks real poo. Funnily enough, these welds were much cleaner. Yeah, this is garbage. Good thing is, this doesn't matter because this is going to be covered by the wing, like I said. But yeah, I mean, that's not great, is it? Do you know what I mean? I've tried to grind it down as much as I can. But yes, not great. Quite difficult to weld this, actually. It does look like this side has already had a replacement one. So I will try and find one if I can, because that's definitely been replaced, I think, anyway, because there's no rot on it at all. Thing is, with this, if I can you can see it just kept blowing holes. And this, I tried it right low, I tried it right high, different speeds, blah, blah, blah. Really difficult, very, very difficult material to weld. I think it's just old steel, basically. I think that's why. But if I can manage to get this in here welded, get this boxed in here welded, and then I can just put a plate along the bottom, because you can see I've kind of bent it in now. If I can get a plate welded over here, and yeah, there might be an overlap here, then that will work technically. So I might be able to salvage this, to be honest. You know, basically, if we just have something, well, basically like that welded, welded up into there, it might work. It might work. We won't be able to fix this, but yeah, it looks like crap. But I'm not too disappointed by it overall. I'm not a welder. I'm just doing some shit from home. It's just a really difficult material to weld. It just kept blowing holes. It's just thin. I mean, it is thin, but it's also not thin. It's acting like a really thin material. I think it's just corroded, because that's not thin. That's like, I don't know. It's at least, I don't know, I'd say at least 3 mil, I'm guessing. So it's not actually super thin material, but it's acting like thin material. And this is no matter what setting I weld at. So I think what we'll be able to do, again, remember, this will also be covered with Raptor liner. So what we're going to do now, I'm going to leave this for today. I'll come back to this in the next clip, but we'll leave this for today. And I've also sprayed inside rust converter, as you can see. It's even blown holes through here, but this is when I wire wheeled it. It stripped it, but that's the inside of the cabin, which you can see down into there, which we'll be able to fix that actually quite easily. That's not that difficult at all. That shapes annoy me. I'm not very good with shapes, but I should be able to just weld one flat panel into there, cut a panel out, weld a panel in, and then that's actually, it should be quite a clean weld through, I would imagine, but we'll see. We'll see what we can do when we begin to strip it in here as well. But all in all, not too disappointed. Again, it's not what I wanted it to be, but it's not horrendous either. This is what's worrying me here, because I think this is actually out of the car. You will see this, but this is all dented in anyway, so not that means this is good, but it does mean that it's not great anyway. So as long as we can get it as flat as possible, super, super, super flat, filler primer, maybe a bit of filler, it might work as well. Who knows? We'll see. But yeah, you can see how dent it is in there now. It's not going to be a perfect car, but it will be fun, and it'll be quite cool if we can get it done, majority of the work myself. So anyway, I'm going to stop rambling, because this is a long clip of just looking at this lump of shit that I've done. But we'll wrap this up here, and then I'll see you when I try and plate in the bottom. All right, guys, I'm not sure how long this has been between takes, between clips. Quite a while, probably about a week, I think, all in all. I had loads of issues with my camera. I have just finished Raptor lining the car. I've done all the welding, done all the seam sealing, and I've Raptor lined it now. So I'm going to show you the Raptor line. I'm really happy with it. I think it looks great. I've done 2 coats. It only needs, people do like 2 to 3. It only needs 2, because I've got the stone chip paint underneath as well. So this is just to be like proper hard wearing material on top. And to give that textured effect is kind of what I wanted as well. So all in all, I'm really happy. Yes, there's some on the frame, doesn't matter. The body's going to come off the frame eventually anyway. This was just to slowly do bits and pieces. I can clean the frame up separately, clean all the suspension up separately. It's all by the by. It's really not a big deal. So yeah, let me show you what I've done. So yeah, all in all, I am pretty happy with it. You can see the repairs are all finished up down here, all seam sealed, now with the coating. Yeah, it's not the right shape. It's vaguely the right shape, but it looks completely, this looks fine to me. I'm happy with that, that's fine. Did the floor pan as well. I don't know if I showed you the floor pan. I have also wrapped a line in here, just temporarily, because I don't really know what I'm going to do with this inside yet. I think I will probably end up Raptor lining it, just because I know that it will act as a sound deadener, and then I can put sound deadening on top. So, but you can see quite a big patch of the floor ended up having to be done, but it's okay. That's not a big deal. Will I have to redo it eventually? Maybe, who knows? It's all good. It's all good in the hood. And I've still got to look at what they've done over that side eventually as well, floor pan wise, but this is good. It means that I can now move on to doing the engine bay. And then, because I'm just kind of working my way backwards, I think. And so I wanted to get this stuff done first before I move to the engine bay. And now I can just get in the engine bay without worrying. Sand all of this back. Rust convert, prime it. Do any... And I know because the other side was okay, I know that there's no welding that needs to be done. This needs to be welded, obviously, but that's fine. That's not a big deal. We might be able to just do it from the inside. Cut a square out and weld something in, because I don't think I'm going to I think I'm gonna have floor mounted pedals with reservoirs down inside, so I can weld up a lot of this stuff in the engine bay basically. But all in all, I mean, I'm happy that I can move on anyway, move on to other things. So is it perfect? No, it's definitely not perfect, but I'm really happy with it overall. Happy that I did this all by myself. And the whole point of this was to do all of it myself here and learn as I go along, and I'm doing that. So mission accomplished in terms of all of that. So that's it, nothing else really to say. I'm gonna wind up this video here. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed it, and that's it. Onwards to the next thing of this car, which I might leave now for a while, because I've got to work on the Datsun 510 engine, which is literally sitting here waiting for me to work on. I need to dismantle it all, take it all apart. I need to send this off to have a custom one made, because I'm going motorbike carbs on this, I think, but I need to dismantle it all. I need to take it all apart. So, and I've been putting it off, finding excuses. That car has been a good excuse. So we'll probably do this next, I think, because it is getting too cold really to do any great deal of work outside now. So I think we will probably end up moving on to this next, which is fine. I'm happy with that. So there you go, guys. Not much else really to say. Thank you so much for watching. Stay tuned for more Roadster content in the coming weeks / months. Just as and when bits happen, I will do some videos on it, basically. This will be an intermittent series alongside all the other stuff that I've got going on car-wise. So anyway, thank you so much. Take care. Bye-bye now.